said, man, what about a fight with you, with your son and Keyshawn Davis? You gave me this look like I thought like if you was sucking on a lemon, right? And I was telling you, I'm like, these guys are so big, senior. You know what I mean? They campaigning outside their weight class. Clearly we see that with Keyshawn Davis, and he has a future as a welterweight. What do you think? You think your son's gonna max out at 54?
Well, right now we're not worried about no other weight class than
But you know your
147.
son though. You know your son. You
Yeah,
know
yeah, I
his
know my boy.
body.
And I'm telling you right now, we ain't gonna worry about nothing else right now but 147. So I'm not. I don't think he's gonna max out at 154. No, 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 no. He close to my height.
He's
I'm
a
natural.
natural 47 pounder.
Yeah, he a natural 47, and I always been naturally bigger than him. Like the way he is now, I was bigger than him at
And you was
that.
54, 60, right?
I was 68,
Oh shit.
68, 68,
You
75.
was you was pretty big, I ain't gonna lie. You
Yeah,
was
I was
pretty
6'8". Yeah, I was
stone.
6'8", 75. So I'm naturally bigger than my son, and I was all muscle. So when it comes to that, I'm gonna say 60. I probably maximum. I never was at 60. I was too big for 60. I was 68 and 75. But
We
I'm
d- we definitely see Abdullah Mason being a 147 pounder for sure.
yeah,
Just the
absolutely.
stature.
Yeah, absolutely. Abdullah, definitely. You asked about you jumping now. You asked about Keyshawn. I was going to get to that
Let's get it,
now.
get it, get it, get it, get it.
You asked about Keyshawn. No, 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 no. I wasn't. The reason I looked at you like that because I was like, he had 135. What we talking about? But now he missed weight, so now he's obviously at 140. So now he's a division below. I mean, I think, and then after the melee and the shit that happened after the fight, we would love to fight Keyshawn because we would love for somebody to try us the way they tried us in the way after. Like you, I don't like how they tried that. Nah,
Let's
real
get
shit.
right
Nah,
to it. Let's get right to it.
yeah, no, that wasn't cool at all. It's boxing. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember when, not to bring it up, but just be real. Like when me and Greg Hackett had problems outside the ring, what did we do? On here. Started on here. We took it to the ring because we're in the perfect field of work to hash out our differences, right? So we hash out our differences. Me and Greg Hackett dapped it up, smile, whatever, talk shit on the internet. Well, it's nothing to it. Ain't no beef, ain't no bad blood. Ain't no I'm gonna kill you when I see you. Ain't none of that. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, you got Kelvin. Kelvin was the one he fought. You got
Calvin has
Kelvin.
given him that respect like you and Greg Hackett had.
Yes, because a fighter always does that. The fighter usually, not always, because there's always an exception to a rule. The fighter usually always, shows respect to the warrior that just hashed it out in the ring. It's a closeness that you get from being in the ring because we got in here, we put in work, we did our thing, we trained for this, we worked for this. I did my best.
We're taking away life together and
We're
just to
taking
get
away,
a
we're taking
check.
away, yeah, we're taking away years off our life together and shit like that. And we both got in here, we put in our work. You feel what I'm saying? And this is what it was. You bested me tonight. Congratulations, bro. Good job. You know what I'm saying? What can I say? You feel me? But it's a camaraderie. Keyshawn and Keon being fighters, they should understand that. They took it to some hood shit, some ghetto shit that was really embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? That was some bullshit. Like that. That was some bullshit to the ultimate degree. You know what I'm saying? So that's good that you came back around to no, we would love that fight because I wish a motherfucker would try my son outside the ring about some shit he did in the ring. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole.
Yeah.
First of all, and you can call me a hoe, whatever you want. If I was not here, but Albright, I would sue everybody in that motherfucker. I'm gonna sue the damn what you call it for security. I'm gonna sue everybody, and I'm gonna get a settlement check just because he got a fucking knot on his head. He can have PTSD from like, damn, you mean to tell me if I win the fight, this is what I get? If I go to somebody's hometown, I win the fight, this is what happens to me? You feel what I'm saying? That's fucking
And
PTSD.
he's weak. He's weak by being wounded and you being fresh, you know,
Yeah.
overweight, your natural walking weight, and you're hitting someone that's already been getting hit for 10 rounds.
Yes, that shit ain't cool at all. That shit ain't cool, and I hate that it came from real, actual, active fighters
Fighters.
that fucking know better. You fucking know better. You out here mad because
Future
your
star
brother.
too. Future star. Keyshawn.
You mad because your brother got beat the fuck up? Like, bro, man, the fuck up. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? That's what this is. This is the game of boxing. That's why I hate when people take the shit personally outside the ring. And I've been talking that and preaching that and trying to get people to understand. Like with the shit I talk, I don't talk personal shit. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not, you know what I mean? If I say anything like rash, it's really trying to get a rise out of a motherfucker to get you to buck your ass up and come on this way. But I'm not gonna say nothing personal and attack you personally. You feel what I'm saying? No, we want you in the ring, and that's what this game is about. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Tell me, like, a lot of people are looking at that video. He actually came out, the brothers, and saying that, nobody jumped Albright and that the media is out here stirring some shit. Um, Basically not owning, like saying sorry, but not necessarily saying sorry. Like basically I'm saying sorry, but I don't know why I'm saying sorry.
So let's say this, and there's no disrespect to any females in the chat. What the females known for? Not taking accountability.
Say
So these
that
are
say,
two.
say that one more time. Zab was
So this
calling
is
me. My
no
bad.
this is no disrespect to any females in the chat, but it's a female trait. They was raised by their mama, right? No daddy, right? Can you hear me? Can you
Hold
hear
on,
me?
hold on, Signal. He keeps calling.
Okay.
Zab keeps calling. Hold on. I'm just gonna invite him to this shit to see if he pulls up. All right, say it again.
I said this is no disrespect to any female, but this is a reality and this is a fact. You can research it for yourself. There's one thing that women are known for, and that's not taking accountability. These are two young men that was raised by their motherfucking mamas. And I'm not saying this to be funny to throw rocks at no woman, but that's female activity. When When it came to him missing weight, he didn't apologize. He didn't apologize to the fans that bought the 2,000 tickets that asked for their money back. He didn't apologize to Mike Vick. He didn't apologize to AI. He didn't apologize for nobody. He got on the scale with the with the arrogance and smiled and flexed and was like, he gonna take the fight. Man, fuck you. At this point, bro, I told you and I said on here many times I became a Keyshawn fan a little while. I'm no longer. No, no, don't fuck with him. Don't fuck with him at all. So we would love a fight like that. You feel what I'm saying? That's fuck that. No, that's female activity. They didn't take accountability. Like you miss weight. This is one thing. You miss weight. Clearly, you had a fucking contract. You said you was 146. It was the arrogance. It was, like I told you outside. You know when we was at the gym. When I was at the gym the other day, I told you it's the shit that the fame got to his head. 13 fights in,
You
home,
keep your son grounded, like you were saying.
yeah. So, and I ain't no think, I'm positive all of this shit is getting to him and he think he's bigger than he fucking is. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, for the people that you bigger than yourself. No, I don't think my son big. You feel what I'm saying? We working on that. You know what I mean? But I think that he think he's big. They tend to think they're bigger than the sport itself. You're not. The sport can survive without you. You feel me? So now they did some real whole shit. They did some real female activities without accepting accountability for missing weight. Then he came back and the cameras got you pushing your fucking baby in the stroller and like, what the fuck kind of man are you? What kind
Yeah,
of
that
man are
one.
you? Man, I don't play by and your baby
That
in the
hurts.
stroller. I don't. You say I don't play by my motherfucking kids at all, especially at that fucking age. I mean, it's like here's a female, a female thing as far as a mother bear or whatever too. I was that daddy bear. Like you ain't fucking with mine. Like my all costs when something go down or anything go down, I got my kid. My kid was my. You know what I'm saying? So you could take me with that when it came to that. I was the male version of a female when it came to that. I didn't play by my motherfucking kids. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm definitely not gonna push my kids where they could be in harm's way, where I don't know where the fuck they had to go see what the fuck going on over here, which is actually nonsense. What is that? That's some female activity, man. Some bullshit ass. It's some bullshit.
It's crazy. Um, Now a lot of people, I mean, even the interview after with Albright saying that, he said that Crawford and Bomac went over there and apologized. And it was tough. It was tough to hear because he's like, I idolize these guys. You know what I mean? So he didn't even know how to take it in. He just like, yo, can I get a picture type there? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Other fighters like Emilio Vargas saying, why don't you? This is why you guys don't see these guys get endorsement deals. Um, You know, how important is it to be a world champion and be a role model?
Man, it was again, like you said, people, that's home training. That was home training that it comes with. It comes from the house. It comes from, when you leave. Home training is what you leave the house with. Please, thank you. Grace, humbleness. It's what you leave your home with. You feel what I'm saying? They have zero home training. They don't have any home training. They act like fucking animals. I've seen those kind of people in the hood. I've seen those kind of people out. When I work, I work and I drive around all fucking day. I've seen those kind of people. So I've seen where I'm from, which was, hood, and I've been to the slums where they are animals. It's a difference. You understand what I'm saying? Like I've seen the difference, and they just don't have any home training, don't have any guidance, they don't have any structure in their life. And I mean, they really need that. And I mean, that kind of shit got no place in boxing. It don't have no place in the sport of boxing. And I think that shit they need to be fined. Keyshawn, man, he need to feel it. They need, so they think they bigger than boxing. They need to make it where they fucking feel it. Where you understand you ain't bigger than boxing.
Mm. Now, we've seen so many fighters, go out their way, do harmless things to their career, put harm in their career, like Teofimo Lopez, for instance. Also a guy from Top Rank, did a lot of things outside of the ring that, you know, I can see the company not necessarily wanting to go out his way to push him to go get the biggest fights. Now that he failed the drug test with marijuana and it was publicized. Now Top Rank is definitely tearing him a new ass right now on the Instagram. Um, where do you go from here? I mean, and does this free up a different avenue for probably your son? Maybe they want to come out and invest into maybe another fighter
I didn't think about I didn't think about the last thing you just said. I didn't think about my son in that mix or whatever. I was thinking more about Abdullah Mason. I was thinking more so about,
as well.
yeah, that's what I
But
was
we
thinking
already know
about.
he's big and
Yeah,
invested
yeah,
in
yeah, 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 yeah. But I'm
regardless.
saying
We know that.
they can still put that extra push towards Abdullah Mason in that way. 'Cause I wasn't even thinking about my son when it came to that. Because like you said, I'm looking at the weight classes. I'm not even comparing. You know what I'm saying? My son in that mix. So I know you keep saying his name, but it's not resonating in my brain for that's all.
No, yeah, yeah, and
But
and it's more on the company standpoint. It's like there's so many
yeah,
X amount of dollars that you're gonna invest
I
into a
understand.
fighter
Yeah, I
per.
understand.
It's,
I
you know
understand what
how
you're
it
saying.
is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It just,
And we've
me.
we've talked about your son not being promoted. And
Absolutely,
he's still undefeated. You know what
absolutely,
I'm saying?
absolutely,
So
absolutely, absolutely. I'm just gonna tell you how my mind works, though. But the way my mind works is I get like a thought in my brain, and just like you, or in other part, it ponders, and I feel shit around it, and that outlook just never even entered my brain. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have no words on that right now. You know what I'm saying? But I mean. Talking to the people out here, yeah, actually I do. Talking to the people out here, talk to a lot of top rank people. Cause at the
mhm,
Nakatani fight. So we was
right,
at a Nakatani fight last night, talked to a lot of top ranked people, whatever else. And yeah, it's very positive talks or whatever else. I don't think, you gotta I know you said about the budget, but I don't think you gotta, get rid of something on one to up or other one. Like if you're a fucking promoter, if you're a promoter and you take on fighters, then you should have the ability to promote those fighters the way you
right.
do it. But you know what I'm saying? But I do understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like a budget, this I know what you mean. But we got very positive feedback. They love my son again. They love my son in Japan. Top rank love my son. On two occasions, two of the people that I met last night said that they talked about how easy we are to work with. Like we not prima donnas. We don't ask for extra shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't go above and beyond. You know what I mean? So they was talking about that. It was like how easy we are to work with, and they appreciate that. So we did get some of those positive talks last night.
Shout out to Antonio Tarver in the building.
What up? What up?
Um,
So,
yeah, man, it's interesting, man. Just the way that whole thing played out, it was definitely messy, and I like to see how the bounce back of this, the major comeback from this. How do you go about it?
man, I'm glad I'm not the one that made those decisions, but part of me as a black man, part of me as I got kids, all of their ages. I tell you, my oldest son is going to be 31 years old in a couple of weeks. You feel what I'm saying? So I got kids all of the brothers' ages, and I'm disappointed in what they doing. So part of me, the human part of me is like, man, fuck these dudes, and punish them and show them, which I still think that needs to be, as a parent also, that still needs to be done. Like some examples need to be made.